Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Jungle Cup again, and let's see what we're going to be running. We're going to be trying out the Diggersby paired with the Spiritomb and the Crustle in the bag. So we have to switch out of here as Diggersby into the Flyer is horrible. We are going to have to shield once, and they decided to switch out after grabbing the shield. Makes sense, but we are going to be able to fight back with our Rock Tombs plus all of the sucker punch damage. So you can see here we threatened KO or grabbing a shield. They decided shield, okay, and now they're double debuffed. Is there an opportunity for us to farm any of this down? We try to get the farm down with the Crustle, and that's indeed the case. And now we have enough energy to throw a potential rock wrecker. They decided to tank the move, and now we're going to have clear advantage as this Crustle is running Fury Cutter, which is super effective into the Cradily. This Cradily is going to be able to fire off one Rock Tomb, debuff us, but we have the opportunity to reset the debuff, catch the move, but we decided to just go into the Diggersby because we know that we have a lot of health, and we are going to be able to reach one Scorching Sands before they get to double moves. Basically, they need a move right here to take out this Diggersby, and also another move to take out our backline. And we're just not going to allow that to happen. We're going to go straight in with the Spiritomb, and Sucker Punch is going to win that game. So GG, Spiritomb able to win that game mainly because Crustle was able to farm down the opposing fortress and basically end up with a full set of moves. Here we go. We got the Marowak into the Diggersby. This is exactly why we are running Diggersby, to have the bulk for these Marowaks. Lucky for us, we did proc the debuff, so that means we don't have to show this first one. In fact, we probably don't even have to show the second one. And now we apply full pressure with our opponents. We are going to reach another Scorching Sands here. This will deal some decent damage. Maybe grab a shield, but they decide to swap into their Piloswine. So Piloswine is going to have to face our Crustle. We go straight for the Rock Wrecker. Huge damage goes through, and our opponent realizes that they have no chance to beat our two remaining Pokemon plus two shields. Even if that Marowak decides to come back in, our Crustle still doing some good neutral damage. Next, we're going to have the Gyarados, another flyer to deal with. This is not great. This is actually running Waterfalls, so a little bit of different pacing here. We do shield once, and we force out the Cradily. So this Cradily is going to take a full Shadow Ball, and we are resisting their fast moves. So we did get as much damage as we could, and at this point we're looking for the farm down. Once again, Crustle gets the farm down on the Cradily. We anticipate, actually it ends up being the opposing Crustle, but the opposing Crustle is running Smackdown, and now we're going to save the move, hop right into the Diggersby, and now we're going to force the Gyarados running Waterfall to come back in. We don't have any good charge moves really, so we're just going to rely on spam. In fact, the win condition I see is try to shield and farm down. Okay, that's really nice. We do get the farm down, and now we have this Crustle running the Smackdown. So it's not really doing any fast move pressure. The main thing is the charge move. So we are going to apply the pressure here. We finally grab that shield. We force energy from this Crustle, and we already have a move banked on our own Crustle. So all we have to do is just fire off any of the moves, and it should be enough because they're into the red. So GG, Star opponent able to win that game with the Crustle again. Farming down things is the key. Farming down the Cradily that last game, so we have enough energy to just fight back with pretty much anything. Ooh, Hippowdon, anticipating that they're running Ice Fang, we swap out of there. Our opponent does get to a move, and the Weather Ball wouldn't have KO'd, but we want to keep this thing fairly healthy so that we can withstand fast moves and charge moves. So we did get the debuff, and let's see what they throw here. They throw their own Rock Tomb, and we're gonna bank this energy and head into our own Diggersby, as they have revealed Volt Switch Fortress, which we resist, and we're just gonna over farm here. Their best move is a debuff move that does little damage. They go for the Rock Tomb debuff, and now we're gonna have a lot of energy to throw. Scorching Sands gets thrown. We get to another one, but we actually just throw the Fire Punch, and our opponent calls the bait, and that's going to allow them to get to a move, and this is going to probably KO. Yeah, they go for the Scorching Sands, and we're just going to hope that this Crustle can win us the backline. Oh, ends up being the Gyarados. So this Gyarados is going to be pretty tough to deal with, as they have 2 shields to hide behind. We finally get the first shield. We have to shield here because we are weak to the water, and we basically have to try to catch a move or somehow KO. But given that they had a shield still, unfortunately not able to get through that scenario. So GG's to our opponent. Maybe if we didn't have overfarmed that much against the fortress, maybe we could have wiggled out of that situation, in that we did not get debuffed, or we have to go for double Scorching Sands into their Hippowdon. All right, so we have the core, if you haven't figured out, of Spiritomb and Diggersby. The Crustle is just to basically find Cradilies and Flyers, but this matchup here, as we may know from the season, is pretty favorable for the Diggersby. So we're just going to allow them to throw the first move. They actually go for the payback. So they don't fish for the boost. They actually just go for the payback. And this is going to allow us to get to this next Fire Punch before they get to their next move. Even if it's another payback, we survive it. Yeah, they go for another payback. Interesting. And at this point, I'm not even sure if they have Air Cutter, so we're just going to fire off this Fire Punch before they can get to any other moves. Our opponent potentially have lagged out. Ooh, okay, so yeah. Looks like our opponent was running the Flyer Ground Core, and against this backline, depending on what they have in the last term, let's see if we would have won regardless, because the Spiritomb is pretty neutral into the Marowak. Ooh, Dedenne. Okay, so in theory, I guess our Crustle would have been matched up against their Dedenne, and we still had an opportunity to catch, so it would have come down to shield management and potential catch. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.